Good evening, traders, and welcome to my weekly commodity report. I'm your host, Paul. I use wave analysis to look at the charts, and we're going to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, silver, and uranium. So, with that, let's get started. We're going to start with natural gas. This is the futures chart, and I'm still not able to decipher this pattern. Last week, I was saying that, you know, this could turn out to be a running flat, and that would make a lot of sense. This so far is not going up like I thought it would. So we were here last week, and I said that they could come down in three, and they did, made a nice ABC. But then they needed to like kind of explode up here for a 3, 4, and then a 5 up to there. Give us an impulse for this running flat to play out. So this is not coming up the way I thought it would, because all we have right now is just 1, 2, and this kind of gets a little messy. It's just 3 waves right up in here. And then it got rejected today. So this isn't going up to make an impulse like I thought. Now, it could change. I mean, I guess this could be just a slow moving third wave here. This could all be, maybe this is a little running flat for the third wave too. So 1, 2, and then there'll be like a 3, 4, 5, and that'll be the third wave and correct and up. So we got to see, but price can't drop a whole lot farther than where it is right now for this scenario to play out. So I would really like to see them stop where they are and just kind of push up and then give a correction and then push up. And that might be the impulse that I'm looking for. But the way it is right now, it doesn't look like a third wave. So still unclear as to what this whole pattern is. Because like I said last week, I don't think that is the end of the third wave. It wouldn't make any sense. So on this chart, it's not clear. Now, when I look at the spot chart of natural gas, this is looking pretty good. So I'm going to go out to a daily chart. So this moved down. So we've got our 1 and our 2, and I think the 3 is in. And this is looking like they're going to come up just a little bit more for that 4, and then we can go down for the 5th wave. So I drill in now on a 4-hour chart of this. And to me, it looks like, to make this 4, it looks like we've got the A wave, and then we got the B wave, and then they could be making an ending diagonal here. So we have this A, B, C. That would be 1, and then we got another 3-wave move. 1, 2, 3. That'd be 2. And I think this is an impulse actually. It went up 3, and then that's 4. And so far, I see 5 waves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that's the A wave of the 5th wave. And so we need a correction, and they've already started that, and it's actually deep enough that at any point this could reverse and go back up. And if they do that, that would be perfect, because then you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this whole thing would be A, B, C. Perfect 3-wave correction. That would be the 4, and then natural gas should roll over. So I really like this chart because this looks pretty clear that if it plays out this way, that'd be just a very clear A, B, A, B, and then one more up, break that 2056, and then at any point they'll start to reverse it down. So we've got inventory coming out tomorrow. could definitely see quick spike up, and then maybe then the sell-off would start. So if you're not already in, I'd only be looking for a sell setup, and I think you're going to get a chance to get it to sell somewhere up above here, and just write it on down to break this 1.6 low. Somewhere down there, it'll finish that fifth wave. So yeah, only looking for sell setups, but the way it is right now, I don't think it's complete, this fourth wave. So going back to the futures chart, that's why I think, if the spot market's going to be going up, maybe this will end up making an impulse here. 1, 2, this will end up somehow being a 3, a 4, and a 5, and give us the running flat that I've been talking about, because that would make a whole lot more sense. So then that would be 3 on this chart. This all would be a running flat for 4, and then this would come down for 5. So let's see if that plays out. That's the only way I'm looking at natural gas, that we're in the process of completing the fourth wave, and we're getting pretty close. And so I'd like to see natural gas just push up a little bit more, get into that 2 to 205 range on the futures chart, and then roll over. All right, that's natural gas. Let's move on to oil. All right, so oil, they are just keeping oil elevated here. I think the fifth wave could be in. There's enough waves, so they'd be coming up in a diagonal. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they just made this huge fifth wave where you got your A, B, and then ending diagonal. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there is this little impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there, and then correct and then go down. So there are 3 waves already for the fifth wave. It's just not clear what they're doing here, because it's obviously not selling off. And there are 3 waves, so this all could be like the A wave for this fifth wave. And here's a 3 wave, and that'd be the B wave, and then they could come up one more time for the C wave to finish that fifth wave. So if you're not in, I wouldn't be buying here. You're just not playing for much, because if I'm right and this is the A wave and then that's the B wave, at any moment when they break 87.59, that'll complete the fifth wave. They could go to 89 or 90, but they could also just go to 87.60 and then start the correction. So you can't be buying here. I'd only be looking for a sell setup, and boy, right now you just really don't have it. I mean, they could be starting maybe a diagonal, or maybe this ABC is like just the A wave, and then they'll create a B wave and then come down for the C wave. But as it stands right now, they should be, for this diagonal, correcting down to at least 82.90, and well, they could go to 80, or obviously they could go a lot lower, but at least coming down to 82.90. So that's why if they do come up and break, I think that's a good place to sell, and then you can ride that down into this zone. Or you could just wait until they get into this zone and then start buying. But yeah, buying here is probably not worth it unless you're just a day trader, scalper. So we got 3 waves. So if I zoom in, it almost looks like we've got 5 waves going up. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we got an impulse, so I'd expect some type of correction. Now, if it's a real shallow correction, it might just be like that's A, they'll correct down for B, go back up for C, and then reverse. So you got to watch here. I think the safest play is just to wait on oil and let a correction happen. Like even the sell, like only if they break the top would I look for the sell side. Because even here, I mean, you're only playing for like, because it only might come down to like 82 something, so only be like a $4 drop, and then oil could start going right back up. So I think the safest play is just to let this correction play out. This ABC, that I doubt that that's going to be all the correction for this 5-wave move up. It's very shallow, very, very shallow, and took no time. So, like I said, I'd only want to start looking for the buy setups under 82.90, and then see where it goes. So, yeah, oil just kind of hovering up here, and not giving us any indication on if even the 5th wave is done. So, yeah, just let this correction play out and let it drop a little bit more, and then you could start to buy for that next leg up. All right, let's move on to the metals. We'll start with copper. And it looks now like the 5th wave is in. So I thought the 5th wave might have completed over here. All they did is just corrected down and then went back up. And now you got a pretty strong sell-off today, early today. So getting really close to that 435 level, but I wouldn't be buying here. So just like oil, I do see 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got to wait for a correction if you're not already in, but any drop, and it should be coming down to at least 416, and could come down a lot more, under 4 even, but let the correction. We don't even know if this 5th wave is done. They could be making a running flat. This was pretty sharp. We could have like a running flat here, so they could still go up on this 5th wave one more time. So I'd only wait for a bigger correction, and that correction will probably take a couple weeks to play out, if not maybe even a month or two. So yeah, buying copper here, even though I see more up, and obviously that 435 most undoubtedly will get broken. Buying here, just there's going to be a correction. You'll be able to buy it much lower. So copper, I think, is just on a hold. If anything, I'd look for the sell setup. There will be a sell correction coming. Gold. All right, so possibly that 3rd wave now could be in. It seems to be holding a little bit. Still don't even know if it's totally done. Starting to get some divergence now. We're on the 4-hour chart. MACD has divergence. RSI has divergence. That's a pretty big 3rd wave move. I mean, you're going to get a pullback for that 4th wave. So, we do have 3 waves, but that's not enough for that 4th wave. This 3-wave move, that's just going to be the start of something. I'm assuming maybe like a leading diagonal. Maybe that's 1. Went up already. That could be 2. So you're going to be getting a chance, 2,200 or so. So yeah, I'd only wait on gold for that pullback, for that 4th wave, and then buy it, and then go up and break the high up for the 5th wave. All right, silver, yeah, same thing. Looks like they could have finished the 3rd wave. We're right in the zone. They actually just wicked out of that zone, and then it kind of started to sell off. I think better confirmation that this 3rd wave is in is if they can break that level, 2751. Break of that, I think, then tells you that that whole wave will be the third wave, because it looks like you got a nice 1, 2, 3 wave move up. So as it stands right now, I think the 4 should come down to 25.53, and you know, if it comes down even into 24s or 23s, even better for you. But I would not be buying here. Got to wait for that fourth wave to come. And uranium. All right, so uranium going up. It gave a correction. It almost came into this nice zone. I'd only be looking for a buy setup, and you might have already had the perfect opportunity, because we do have 3 waves coming in here. 1, 2, 3. This looks like 3 waves up, so they could be making a diagonal. And all of this was 1, and this could have been 2. Would have been nice if they would have came down just a little bit more just to confirm, because this could be turning into a running flat. Like that's the A, this is the B, and then they would have to go up a little bit more for the C, and then one more down right into this zone. You know, so like 29, yeah, like 29 or so. That would be perfect if they would come down one more. That's a perfect buy, because then that looks for sure like a diagonal. This would be 1, this would be 2, and then they'll be going up for 3, 4, and a 5. So yeah, only looking for the buy setup, and if you're in, yeah, just keep riding it. I don't think this is done. But if you're not in, you might be able to get a chance for it to come down just one more time. But you might not. All right, so that is uranium. And that is all the commodities. So hope it helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your likes and support, and I'll see you in the next video.